Friday. Happy Valentine's Day, my friends. Happy Loving's Day, as my daughter calls it. What's going on, friends? Welcome to DIY Live, where we do DIY things and we do them live. Okay? Simple. Very simple premise, isn't it? We do things ourselves, and I do it live on a camera. How is everyone doing? What a day. So I woke up, had to take my daughter to school, and then I had to get Valentine's for 3 people. Can you believe this? 3 Valentines. Unbelievable. Valentine's Day is now a thing that I have to do. What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys had a good week. Go Birds. The Birds parade is going on right now, which is pretty fun. I was thinking about going. I was actually dead set on going, but I was like, let me just wait and see what it's kind of like before heading out there. And it's a disaster. I mean, it's just millions and millions of people. I feel like if I were to go there just to stop by, I wouldn't be able to leave. There would just be no leaving. You would just have to be there all day. And if you just kind of want to like drive by it, you're still like a half a mile away from anything, so it's just no point. You'd have to stay there all day. Not really interested in doing that, but it is what it is. I'm happy for the city. The city's always... I don't know how else to explain it. When your city wins a Super Bowl, I mean, it's just... There's no other... It's cool. It's really cool. I wish you guys could experience it. If you've never experienced it before, I wish you could. It's just really... It's a really cool thing when you're... The team that your city is a part of, or the you know what I mean, like the ways that the team and the city kind of conjoin together, and like the way that the whole city rallies around the team, and then you winning it, the Super Bowl, in the fashion that they did, like in that dominant fashion, in the fashion of like proving all the haters wrong and all the people that said they can't do this or they're not as good as that, doing it in that way. I mean, it was a really cool... It's really fucking cool. I hope that you guys can experience anything like that. Growing up in New Jersey, for those who probably know, I was a Dallas fan, because growing up in New Jersey, we don't really have any team identity outside of the Devils, the hockey team. There's no like we just steal from Philly and we steal from New York. So you're either like, if you're southern New Jersey, you're trending more towards Philadelphia. If you're northern New Jersey, then you're more towards like New York and stuff. So lots of Jets fans, lots of Giants fans, lots of Eagle fans, and then obviously fans of like any other team sprinkled throughout, just because there's no team identity. Even like the Nets, like we don't even have the Nets anymore, so it just sucks. Like New Jersey just has really no teams. I don't really watch hockey like that. I do, but not in like a serious way. At least until I became a Flyers fan. But now when you live in a city that has like a sports identity, it's something else. It really is really cool. It's awesome. It's really cool. So I'm a big proponent now of just being a fan of the city that you live in. You might as well. It's just so much more fun that way. So today we're gonna do some recipe reviews, and we're gonna hang out, and that's it. We're just do some recipe reviews. So you guys send over some recipes. If you guys in chat have any recipes you want me to check out, I'm going to do my best. I don't have everything, so there's some recipes that I'm just not going to be able to do. But we'll just start off with one of these. And we're just going to mix them up and review them. But we're also I'm going to try to, like, you know, make it so we can give some tips out here. There's some good stuff here. There's this blue raz one I think we can make. Let's do this one. This is This one is like a... Where is it? Taco by Jam. So this is like a pistachio... This is like a pistachio recipe. I can kind of already see what's wrong with it. And this is what he writes, so you guys can just see here. He writes, I did this, but 40 days before, it tastes like nothing. Any suggestion for pistachio recipe? So we'll mix this up. Give it a vape. I kind of already know the problem for this. I can kind of just take a guess at why he's not getting much flavor there, but this is like a good example of like a kind of like what the recipe reviews, kind of where I want to move things towards is, you know, we'll still do critiques and stuff, but I do want to try to like help people with their recipes. So that's what we're going to do here. So we'll mix this one up first, 'cause I already got the ingredients out for this one. And then we'll do a couple more after that. I didn't mix them yet, so there's no steep. So Linda sent in a recipe, which is a custard that needs a steep. I think I am going to mix that one, but I do want to steep it. She recommends a 25 to like a month of a steep. I don't know if I'm going to wait that long. Let's see if she says anything else here. And Linda, if you're in the chat, just let me know what you think about the steep, but I'll try this out. It looks really good. I mean, it looks like a solid custard. You are using some see, the TPA vanilla custard at 2% is a little worrying to me, just because like that flavoring to me is just like, it gets a little too greasy. But like I said, after some steep time, you know, it'll be a bit. We'll see how it is after some steep time. But yeah, that's gonna be a while before we kind of get into that one, because it will need at the very least 2 weeks to really kind of check it out. So let's do this pistachio one first. Here's the recipe. Let me just put it up on all the flavors here. Actually, let's just use ELR. It's quicker. Oh, let me get my phone thing out. Let's do this real quick. All right. Alrighty then. All right, so it's cookie, FA cookie at 1 1/4. We'll just do. I'm gonna make it a 60/40. Is this a private recipe or can I just search it? It is private. Okay. See, guys, if you're gonna send recipes, it would be nice if you could send recipes. Just send the link to the recipe. You can keep it private and still send me a link. At the I forget how it's done. If you take a look here, it's so much easier, so I could just press mix and then I don't have to re-input it all. I know some people aren't gonna, remember to do that, but it's okay. There's a way to send it privately. So if you press the wrench icon, I think you can see it here. Maybe it's at the top. Maybe you have to save it, or maybe because I'm not logged in. All right, let me log in real quick. Let me just log in. So, let's see if it do it now. Yeah, maybe you have to save it. So once you save it, you should be able to just press the wrench icon and it'll say like share private recipe, and it'll give you like a private recipe link. And if you guys can do that rather than take a picture of it, because you can take a picture of it, it's cool, but now I have to input it manually. Cookie at 1 1/4. Hazelnut at 1. Pistachio at 7. I guess I should write it just so you guys can see it. Sweet cream at 1 1/2. Yep. VBIC 4%. TFA 4%. Vanilla swirl at 2 1/2. Yep. And then sweetener, super sweet at 1/2. Okay, let's mix this up real quick. Let's get this going. All right. Yes, recipe reviews, baby. All right, so we got F.A. cookie. Where are you at? One of my favorite ingredients. Really hard to go wrong with F.A. cookie. In any cookie scenario. Flavor West hazelnut at 1%. Another excellent ingredient. Pistachio at 7%, which might sound high, but it's not uncommon to go pretty high with it. He's probably pushing it because he's not getting much flavor. So he's probably pushing it as high as he possibly can go. Vanilla bean ice cream at 4%. Then we have sweet cream, 1.5. And then vanilla swirl at 2.5, which is that is a bit high. It's not uncommon, but for something like this, I would say it's a touch high. But we won't know until we fully really mix this. Where's our super sweet at? Can't forget our super sweet. Can't forget our super sweet. Fiddy, what's up? He says share private Blue Wrench. Go to share private, then URL on the bottom. Yes, that's right. That's right. You have to go to the bottom and then copy the private link. That's right. But that just means you can send it to me. You can send it to anyone, but it's not public on the page, which is great. Which more people should be utilizing, right? It's pretty good. It's a pretty good feature. A lot of us, we want some help on our recipes, but we don't want to make them public just because we don't want people to mix them up or critique them. They're not finished or whatever. It's got a nice sort of like classic pistachio cream smell. My nose is a little fucked up, but that's about all I get. Oh my god, did it close again? What the fuck is going on with this thing? Sorry guys, with this camera. I'm not exactly sure why it keeps shutting off. I thought I changed it. Hold on. Hold on. I think it's this. I think that's fine. Oh wait, why is this? It should be disabled. That's why. Maybe I meant to disable it, but I accidentally pressed 10 minutes. That's why. Where were we? Sorry about that. Boom, done. Wait, did I add PG to this? I don't think I did. I think I did, actually. I did. Alright, and this is... Who's this again? This is Jorge Mendez's Tacho. Tacho. Or Taco. No, I'm not quite sure. By Jamm. A.K.A. Jorge Mendez. I made a recipe to review public on all the flavors today if you want to try it out. Yeah, I did. I think I saw that, actually. Is that the strawberry one? Is that the strawberry one? Strawberry kiwi milkshake. Yeah, this one. Let me see if I have the luscious strawberry. I should. All right, here we go. Mixing in bottles today. Today's setup, SX Mini, Dead Rabbit. You guys know, I've been a big fan of this rabbit recently. It's got good flavor on it, good vapor production. It's not the best RDA flavor RDA, right? It's clearly a little it's clearly a step behind like a Hadley or a Citadel or whatever. But that's why I'm using it, because using the Hadley and using the Citadel and using the Hadeon and things like that, I'm kind of like I'm not quite getting the experience that most people are getting. I'm getting a much more elevated experience, which is like, you know, I got to be using pretty much a lot of devices that you guys are using, just because it just creates a better understanding of flavor, and we're all kind of on the same page on things. Oh yeah, we talked about, you know, speaking of using other kinds of flavor, we talked about how the recipes that I want to do, I think we do need to focus more, myself, but also I think as a community, at allowing flexibility in flavorings, just because like some of these recipes, I can't make them. I just don't have the ingredients right now, and you're just going to have to wait, right? Like someone was using like a, which one is it? Like here's a good example. So this recipe, Wuda, I wanted to make this one, but I don't have watermelon sour by SSA. I didn't see it. And I really wanted to make this. And I really think that in this scenario, that maybe there's a substitute. Like maybe there's another ingredient that you can kind of fudge on. There's another one that was using like a banana that I don't have. And I'm like, it's like those type of ingredients. It's like, is it vital to the flavor? It's tough, you know? Because sometimes it really is. The slight nuances is what makes the flavor. But, you know, we have to have a balance. There's got to be a way that we can get more people to make recipes without having to be so rigid. It's tough. All right, here we go. Here we go. This is pistachio. Tacho. I always like to do a finger test. Yeah, I can kind of already see what's going on here. It's got like a nice sweetness to it. So I'm getting good flavor from it. He's saying I did this, but 40 days before, it tastes like nothing. So right off a shake, I'm getting kind of good flavor on it. Now, it is like a very, everything is kind of like on the finish. There's no like main note that's like driving the recipe forward. Everything is just kind of, you're just kind of like waiting for that flavor to come in when you vape this. And again, we're using pistachio and we're using creams. We're using a slight cookie. I'm assuming you want some sort of like bakery note in there. And then you kind of have the vanilla swirl, the sweet cream, the vanilla bean ice cream, and even the pistachio kind of has some creaminess to it. So it's going to be a very soft, kind of subdued recipe. Yeah, I saw yours, Sam. Let me look. I forget. I don't think I do. I think I'm missing something. Let me see if I have the creme de la creme. I should have it. No, I don't see it here. No, I don't see it, so I'm gonna have to get the creme de la creme. I thought I did have that one. Let's see if I can pick it up. Is that Okay, I can get it from BCF, which is good. Yeah, that one I'm going to have to pick up. So we'll probably do that one next week along with some of these other ones. Happy Valentine's Day, Spiro. Going back to this recipe. You guys can take a look here. So any veterans can kind of see why this wouldn't really bring much flavor out. I can't even zoom. Why is Facebook so bad? So you're basically beholden here to the pistachio on really giving you the flavor, and you're using creams that are very sort of like, these creams don't have much flavor to them, right? The vanilla bean ice cream has like some flavor to it, but when you kind of cover it up with sweet cream and vanilla swirl, it's almost like you're just topping it with like whipped cream. So you're really kind of suppressing those like eggier, you know, those like more buttery, richer notes. You're just kind of filling them out. It's almost like, you're almost like kind of like putting marshmallow in there, which is a big no-no. We don't like doing that anymore because you just like kind of subdue the flavor so much. And then the pistachio itself has flavor, but as you can see, it's like a very light sort of like subdued flavor. There's not much to it. And that's mainly the flavor that you're trying to drive forward. I can see why you would expect, why, you know, after about a month of steeping, you're like, oh, now it has flavor. You're really giving time for those creams to kind of die down, really. Like those creams are all kind of like withering away, and you're just left with those more richer notes. So I think what you could do here, if you wanted something similar in this kind of range, you want to like mess with the creams a bit. Maybe go for something that's a little bit more decadent and luxurious rather than something that's kind of more fluffy. Because the pistachio is pretty fluffy on its own. Now, I'm assuming you want some level of like bakery there, which is why the cookie's in there. I'm not mad at the cookie, but you might want to try something more around like a graham cracker, like maybe like Ultimate Biscuit by Jungle Flavors or Ultimate Graham Cracker by Jungle Flavors. That might be a better route because that's going to definitely girth it up, and you're just going to be able to taste it better. So I'm really not tasting much cookie in this mix. Everything is just kind of like, you're just pounding it on top with like these fluffy notes and these fluffy creams. As to say, whipped cream would work great here. Yeah, honestly, that's probably a good call. Rather than just take the sweet cream and the vanilla swirl out and then just add the SSA whipped cream. If you want it to still have like a richness there, like a pudding, then maybe go for something a little bit thicker than vanilla bean ice cream, like vanilla custard 2 or premium custard or vanilla pudding, adding a little vanilla pudding in there from Flavora. Are you going to be reviewing pod recipes as well? I mean, I can. If you guys have pod recipes and you want to send them over, just send whatever you want. Whatever you guys want to send over, send them over. Can I review it in a pod though? That's I don't see why I can't. I can use one of my AIOs, I guess. But yeah, feel free to send it over. I don't really like this hat. Let's go with the 90s. Let's go with the 90s one. What's up, Linda? Yeah, SSA whipped cream is really phenomenal. So is Nam's whipped cream. Nam's whipped cream is really good. I've used that. That one's great. All right, so it's an okay start, but yeah, you're never really gonna bring out the flavor that you want early in this recipe. You're gonna have to kind of configure things. You can keep the hazelnut in there. I don't see it. I don't really see it doing much, but it's also not hurting the recipe in any way. It seems like it's just like a very like light sort of like hazelnuttiness on the finish, but you could leave it in there. I would probably go with like an Ultimate Biscuit or a graham cracker. I forget which one it's called. Maybe there's even both. Yeah, Ultimate Biscuit. Maybe try that instead of the cookie. Maybe try that one instead of the cookie. You just get a little bit more flavor from it. maybe bringing the pistachio down to like 5-6%. And then it's really the creams where you're just gonna you're gonna need work. So yeah, like we were saying, you want to go a little bit more rich with the cream. So vanilla pudding, Flavor vanilla pudding, vanilla custard 2, premium custard. SSA whipped cream is great to kind of add like a nice cream note without it being too luxurious. I'm just not a big fan of the vanilla swirl, vanilla bean ice cream, sweet cream with the pistachio. It just ends up too fluffy, and you know, this is what I'm assuming why you're not getting the flavor that you want. I do have one for some tips on, but I don't have Facebook to send it to you. You can send it to my email, wayne@DIYorDieVaping.com. I posted a custom for you to critique. You probably don't even have to mix it to critique. Wow, we were talking about it before, so good thing that you're here. So you recommend like a 30-day steep, so I probably will mix this, but if it needs that long of a steep, I mean, we're not going to get to it for a while. At the very least, it'll be like a 2-week steep. Unless you want to try to make this recipe good without a steep. But I just don't think that that's possible with cap custard and TFA custard. Specifically TFA custard. That one to me ends up like a lot greasier. I'm not the biggest fan of TFA vanilla custard. It's just a little too greasy. This would be another case. Maybe just swap that custard out for like vanilla pudding. Flavor vanilla pudding. But I would have to I'd have to mix this. It's tough to kind of know without mixing it. You also have 1% super sweet, which I think is interesting. It's quite high for a custard. Maybe you want to drop it down to like 0.5% or even 1/4%. Because that dap with the sweetener to me clashes and it ends up more stringent. Like the super sweet with the diacetyl, it just gets like astringent and like almost bitter. Which is why before we were talking about using like the ultra sweet or the extra sweet, which doesn't have that in there, or something that's not like sucralose based. But if you want to just stay sucralose based, because sucralose is great, maybe drop it down to like 1/2 or 1/4, because the ethyl well, that's not maltol, that's a vanillin. So I'm looking at that as maltol, but it's not maltol. Ethyl vanillin. I'm curious if that's even necessary. I'm not even sure if that vanillin's necessary. Maybe just go vanilla swirl. It does look like an old school custard. It is an old school custard for sure. But we'll mix this up. I'm just curious on like... Yeah, I did that in the butterscotch. I did Flavor vanilla pudding. Yeah, that's kind of how I tend to like the more pudding style custards, where they taste more similar to like a vanilla pudding. It's just honestly, just for me personally, TFA custard is just too greasy. It's too greasy. But again, after 30 days, it's not that bad. Like it does need to sit a really long time. Everything else is pretty stock and standard. I would have to mix this up to really kind of critique it though. So we'll mix it up. I'll give you critique on it. It's gonna be a while. We'll have to sit that custard for a while. So going back to this one, I don't know, guys. Is there like a pistachio that you could recommend that has more, that's similar to TFA pistachio but has more presence to it? And that's not like a pistachio nut flavor. That's more like a pistachio pudding flavor. Yeah, pistachio's tough. Like last time I made a pistachio, it didn't turn out that good when we did a live mixing on it. It just ends up kind of boring and soft and almost like chalky. There's like a chalkiness to it. I'm not the biggest fan of it. You really kind of have to blend it in well. This is why I think Pistachio RY4 by Charlie Nobles was such a genius. You really can't overstate how genius of a combo that is. Because it takes what's good about pistachio and all of the bad, it takes what's good about pistachio and puts it in. And then all the bad about pistachio, which there's a lot of bad with TFA pistachio, you just fucking plow it over with RY4 and it just creates this luxurious, delicious fucking flavor. It's just such it's a masterpiece. It really is. It's so good. You can pick up pistachio RY4 one-shots, by the way, over at Flavor Jungle if you'd like. That was my my ode to Charlie Nobles, stealing his idea. Don't worry, I got permission. Okay, guys, we're cool. I wonder if he's at the parade. Anywhere Green Joy, that's right. Anywhere Green Joy. Let me see if I have it. I thought I bought it recently. I don't know if I did or not. That might have been something else. No, I don't think I got that one. Yeah, that's probably the way to go. No, I don't have that one. That's probably the way to go. That's a good call. That is a good call. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where else you can get it other than the website. I don't think they have it at BCF. Maybe Flavor Supply. I don't know. Let's take a look. Yeah, I don't see it. Let me put my computer here so you guys aren't looking at my back the whole fucking episode. Let's see. It's at Noms? Oh, okay. Alright, you could just get it there. Next time I order from there, I'll just pick some up. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. That whole issue with Noms, I forgot about that. It's such a shame, dude. Yeah, I guess that's the only place. Alright, let's do another one. Alright, just like final words on this one. Final words on this one for Jorge. For Jorge here. Swap the cookie for a more substantial cookie. Try the Ultimate Biscuit by Jungle Flavors. You might want to take a look at maybe Green Joy. There's not many. TFA Pistachio is kind of that flavor that you want. So if you can't get the Green Joy, then keep the pistachio in there. But you know, you could probably pull it down a little bit. You probably go like 5-6%, and then you really kind of rework the cream. So go for something more pudding-like, vanilla pudding Favora, vanilla custard 2, even like a touch of premium custard, SSA whipped cream. You can try like a cheesecake to kind of really kind of give it like a more decadent sort of body to it. Because what you're doing, that pistachio is just like so fluffy, and then you're adding like a more of a fluffy cream to it. You want more of like a milkier cream, more like silky flavor to it, just so you're not getting that like powdery experience, which I'm not the biggest fan of. That's my critique. It's ultimately a simple recipe, but should have a simple fix. If you really like this recipe, you just can't wait for it to steep that long. Your biggest problem, maybe just drop the vanilla swirl altogether. And then just keep that. And then the same exact recipe, just drop the vanilla swirl. You could do that. Also, maybe swapping that vanilla bean ice cream, maybe just having that one ingredient swap could be a better move. Maybe just go in custard. But pistachios are tough. Like I said, last one that I made, I wasn't the biggest fan of. They just get powdery and kind of boring. So yeah. All right, let's do this this blue raz one out. I want to try this blue raz one. This is Blue Gummy by Big Dave. So I don't have the VG version. So I'm not going to use that. I don't have the VG version. I don't recommend anyone use the VG version. There's so many good blue raspberries these days. There's so many good blue raspberries these days. Especially from real flavors. Let me find my blue raz in this bag. Yeah, we were in a blue raz drought. And now you couldn't ask for more blue razes. There's so many blue razes. And they're all great. They're all excellent. I'm not a fan of V-Swirl. I'm not the biggest fan of V-Swirl when it's used improperly. It does mute a lot for sure. Yep. It definitely mutes a lot. That's for sure. Do I have it out already? Maybe I already have it out. You know what, Jungle Flavors, if you're listening, you should do a... Let me see if they have it before I even open my mouth. Oh, they do. They do. They do. Where did I even rank that one? It's probably like... Isn't that like one of the better ones? I totally forgot they did that. Alright, that's not the right one. Hold on, I'll get there. We'll find it. We'll find it. Yeah, I love blue raz also. It's crazy. There was like a period where there just really wasn't that many blue raz. People just weren't blue razzing it up. There's this one. I think it's time we give RF. I think it's time we give RF the spot. We give him a spot on the shelf. We gotta change things up. And I've been using a lot more RF these days, and digging through a bag is not fun. It's just not a good time. I know I have regular, just real flavors blue raz somewhere. Ultimate strawberry. I don't know where I put it. Oh, I got it somewhere. There's this. Can't find it. can't find it. Well, we're gonna just do a different one then. I'll get those later. Alright, this is Blue Raz Sour Candy. I don't think this is the right one. Alright, anyways. I can't find the regular Blue Raz. So we're just gonna improvise here. We're just gonna improvise. So what we're gonna do, rather than a critique, we're just gonna remix it. So I already know what you're trying to do here. You're using Tart Cherry by Capella also. I don't know why I can't fucking find anything today. Fuck. And we got the luscious strawberry for whatever that one was. Alright, I can see what you're trying to do here. I don't get floral of Ultimate Blue Raz at all. Yeah, me either. Yeah, Ultimate Blue Raz is... I don't know where it is. I might have actually used it all. Nonetheless, we're doing real flavors. So you're using Real Flavors VG. I don't know if that's the right... I don't know if you're using the VG or if that's just what it pointed to. Because I know they have an... I know they have just a regular one. See, again, like I have to do this like copy and paste thing here. Where is it? Where's this goddamn recipe? 27 bears at 6%. Oh, that's interesting. That's pretty interesting. Blue Raz at 9%. It's already at 15% flavoring. We're already cooking with gas. You're using WS23 at 1.5. Tart cherry at 2. Super sweet. Using tart cherry 2. Super sweet, I'm just going to go a half. You got it at 1. I'm just going to go a half. And then I'm just going to go WS23 at a half. So I can kind of already see the vibe here. You're going for a blue gummy, right? Actually, I don't see why this actually seems like it'd be really good. The thing is that with the 27 bears, I'm not the biggest fan of 27 bears. I feel like 27 bears is like I feel like 27 bears is just a little bit too, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's not plasticky, but it just kind of, I guess, artificial. That's the best word I can put for it. To me, it's just like a touch, not even a touch. It's just like the base of it, like the foundation of 27 bears is artificial, and I don't really like that too much. I don't like the artificial flavor that it brings. Like, I don't mind an artificial gummy in terms of like a red gummy or like a grape or like an apple gummy, like that type of artificial. But when it's like white gummy bear, where it's like, I don't know, how would you explain 27 bears? What exactly is that flavor? Is like pineapple, lemon lime, lychee. It's just got like that sort of like, I'm not the biggest fan of that base. So since we're just doing like a remix of this anyway, because I don't have that blue Raz, I'm gonna try to make a blue gummy based off of your recipe here. Another thing is I've done blue Razes with tart cherry. It does a good job of kind of giving you what you want it to. So like blue Raz and cherry, you have to mix the two together. If you're ever doing a blue Raz, this is my best word of advice for you. And it's a great thing that Big Dave Canada did. Blue Raz, you have to mix it with cherry. If you really want to maximize your blue Raz, you have to bring cherry into it. It's just the way, that's just a rule, okay? I'm making that a rule. And tart cherry does a good job, but my friends, there's also red candy burst type, okay? Which is exactly the type of like cherry note you want without, the red candy burst type is the cherry that you kind of want. So tart cherry, I get the point of using it. You want the red candy burst type. This is that candied cherry. It tastes like a melted cherry Slurpee. That's basically what this flavor is. Melted cherry Slurpee. It's excellent. And it's excellent in blue Raz. So if you're making a blue Raz, pick this up too. Red candy burst type. Get all the burst types. They're all phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Swedish gummy instead of 12 bears? Yeah, probably. Probably. With the red candy burst type and the 27 fish, you're going to have like such a strong, syrupy, sticky red base. So this isn't really a review of your recipe just because I don't have those ingredients, but I do want to try to mix this up. I really thought I just had regular Real Flavors Blue Raz though, which makes me mad because then I could kind of do what I said I was going to do. I thought I did. I guess I used it all. I don't know. Maybe when I did my big Blue Raz review that I just lost it. Anyways, yeah, I don't want to waste too much time on that. Can't see the recipe though. There you go. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna do my spin on it. I need SSA Blue Raz. Alright, we need SSA Blue Raz. This is like that thicker, deeper Blue Raz flavor. So in order to kind of build this one up, it's going to kind of be the base of it. And then we do want Capella Blue Raz. Did I take it out? Oh, here it is. So, Capella Sour Blue Raspberry, I'm pretty sure has sweetener in it. Sweetener or stevia or something. But it works great at kind of like filling in that Blue Raz gap. So we're going to do that. We could go Blue Raz Sour Candy instead. Because this does taste pretty similar to that. Like there does seem to be like a sweetener involved. Red, white, and blue is pretty good, but I mean, it's got the other notes in there. I'm not really sure I want that. This is Blue Raz Taffy. Maybe a little bit. All right, so what we're going to do is do this. Just swap these out. And if you're watching, Dave, check out all the other blue razzes that I talked about. Capellas, Sour Blue Raz, SSA Blue Raz. All the blue razzes from Real Flavors are really good. And don't get the VG versions. Get the extracts. So Blue Raz Extract, Blue Raz Cotton Candy Extract, Blue Raz Sour Candy Extract, Ultimate Blue Raz Flavor Jungle. I guarantee you're going to get much better flavor. Let's go, instead of 27 bears, let's go 27 fish. Just a % of that. Instead of tart cherry, let's go red candy burst. So this is called RF red candy burst type. I'm sorry to the people that are like wondering what fucking ingredients I'm using. Not really doing a good job here. Let's just do SSA Blue Raz. Red Candy Burst type, we'll probably just go 1%. This will go like 4%. We're gonna do Cap Sour Blue Raz at 1/4%. Nah, let's go 0.5%. Yeah, Flavor Blue Raz is another good one. Actually, maybe we use that one. Well, we do need some like chewiness here, so maybe we bump up the 27 fish like 2.5%. I think we should drop this down to like 1/4%. And then yeah, maybe the Flavor Blue Raz to fill it in. It's either that or we're gonna go with the. We can go Blue Raz Cotton Candy. This one does do good at giving you a Blue Raz top note, which is kind of what we need. We'll just try a little bit of it. Let's just try. Just a little bit of it. And then, yeah, maybe... We want a little chewiness here for the gummy part. You know what might be really good? Just taffy base. It's Real Flavors taffy base. We could just go taffy base with it. I actually don't even think we need to do too much. Let's just try this. I think 27 fish should be chewy enough. Let's try this. And then Cap Super Sweet at 1/4. Let's just go at half. Fuck it. It's just gonna be extra sweet. It's a Blue Raz. Might as well just make it sweet. I'm pissed I don't have the real flavor. I really thought I did. That's why I chose this one. I really thought I did have it. I don't. You know what's crazy? I don't even know if I can say it. But there was a... There's an ingredient that really fits this well that I have that I can't even really talk about. So I'm not going to talk. I don't know if I can talk about it, so I'm not going to. Sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up. 27 fish at 2.5. You could probably just keep the 27 bears. If you really wanted to go like super gummy route, it is a better gummy, like chewable, chewy gummy. I don't know, is there a better like gummy, like I'm sure Wonder Flavors probably has a better gummy note than 27 bears. I mean, 27 bears is okay, it's fine. There's nothing really wrong with it. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. I'm sure Wonder Flavors has some sort of like gummy bear enhancer or something. It's red candy burst type. Get all the burst types. They're so good. For candies, oh, they're so good. It's SSA Blue Raz. I'm not even sure if it's called SSA. My bottle says Raspberry Blue. I don't know. This is at 4%. You do kind of want to push this one a little bit. Strawberry gummy instead of the 27. Yeah, that I could see that. I can see that. Very little bit of this sour blue raz, Capella, RF blue raz cotton candy extract, blue raz sour candy. No, not this one. Cotton candy. A little bit of that, and a little super sweet. Let's see where this leads us. Oh, I forgot to do my VGPG. That's weird. What's going on here? It's raspberry blue type. Yeah, same thing. same old. This is why I like ELR. Okay, I like ELR because I can just type in whatever I want. As long as I'm not saving it. All right, we're not fucking the database up because we're not saving these. Don't do that. That's fucked up. Actually, if you do that, you're gonna get yelled at. Do they still yell at you if you fuck the flavors up? So you'll get an email saying, fix your flavors. Cap jelly candy? Actually, you know what? Actually not a bad idea. Actually not the worst idea. Oh, you know what else I forgot? I forgot the ice. I forgot the ice. Well, let's just try it first and we'll add some ice to it. TZ will hunt you for it, yeah. Just don't save it. If you're gonna just... It's nice of you to just plug things in. But just don't save it. Or if you want, you can save it. You're just gonna get yelled at. If you want to wreak havoc on this world. It's pretty damn good. Tastes good on my hand. Well, it tastes good on a vape. It sure does. It sure do. It sure does taste pretty damn good. it's just nice that we can make blue raspberries now. Like real vibrant, sticky, syrupy blue raspberries. It's nice. So the only thing for the guy who sent this, Big Canada, is that his name? Big Dave Canada. I really can't give you much notes because I didn't really make your recipe. I will say, think about trying the different blue razzes and think about swapping that cherry out for that red candy burst type. Because I know what you're trying to do with that cherry, and you're right to do that. You're 100% correct in doing that. 100% correct. But red candy burst type now exists. Does Capella... I really want to know if... Let me look it up real quick. Because there's also another thing that would really help us out. I just don't know if it's available. And if it's not, then I can't say anything. No, it's not. It's not. That's okay. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be that way. I want to make a big RF order soon. Yeah. Yeah, dude, they rock. They're going to probably replace VTA. I think I'm going to swap the VTA out for the real flavors. Nothing against VTA. It's just your flavorings, I just haven't really used them as much. They can sit in a bag where I'm using real flavors so much more often. And I'm also constantly getting newer ones. The problem with real flavors is that there is a billion of them. There are a ton of real flavors. All right, let's see if we can do one more. What was the recipe with the luscious strawberry? Let me see here. Ooh, luscious strawberry. Oh, that's this one. That's this one. Okay, let's do this one. I'm not going to use extra sweet. That's the thing I'm not going to do. All right. So I need milk, DX milk. I don't know if I have DX milk. Do I need DX milk? I need cap coconut, kiwi double, ice. That's it. Cap coconut, kiwi double. TFA kiwi double. TFA? I don't think I have the DX milk, so I'll just use regular. I don't see why it would be... I don't know why you would be using that anyway, but... maybe it's better, I don't know. Also, I only had TFA Kiwi Double and Luscious Strawberry. Maybe other choices will be better. All right. Well, hey, maybe we'll find out if they're better. We'll see. I'll let you know. The whipped cream also. Maybe we'll find out if they'll be better. So here's the recipe. Let's mix this up. Let's get this going. Cap coconut. I like, you're like, this is what I got on hand. This is what I did. I love that. That rocks. I love that more than you could possibly know. You're like, this is what I got on hand and this is what I did. 2% milk. This is not DX. I can only imagine DX is like more butyric acid, which is like, I'm not sure if that's a good thing. It's a kiwi double, TFA kiwi double at 2%. It's probably good. I mean, TFA makes good shit. Cap Luscious Strawberry. I'm trying to remember if I used Cap Luscious Strawberry anytime recently. Must have used it in something because it's open. Tastes good. It's at 6%, huh? So this is a strawberry kiwi coconut cream, maybe? Strawberry kiwi coconut milk. Is that 3% whipped cream? That's a bit high. But what are you gonna do? Oh, and ice. I'm not gonna ice it. I'll ice it after. Unless you... If you really want me to ice it, I'll ice it. But otherwise, I'll ice it after. It's just not necessary. It's not completely necessary, in my opinion. I gotta say, guys, one of the clients that I work for, we've made some of the best stuff I've ever made. It really is just like the most delicious, insane stuff. And it's so fun because we're doing this thing where we're kind of like building from these foundations that I made. And I mean, these recipes are out of this world. Out of this world. Probably the best stuff that I've made ever in my career. Really fun stuff. If you have a e-liquid company you want to come out with, hit me up. I'm for free. I shouldn't say I'm for free. I'm free. I don't work for free. I don't know why I said it that way. If you're cute enough, if you're a cute enough person, maybe I'll work for free. I got DX milk without thinking about it. It's not what I expected, to be honest. It tastes more like condensed milk. Okay. Hey, that, like I said, you being like, you saying, this is what I got and this is what I'm going to make. That's what I love. I love that. All right, Linda, thanks for hanging out. Happy Valentine's Day to you. I've been trying to use flavors, but I've never used. What's the stuff, do tell? You know, I am curious. I don't know if I added PG. I think I did. I am curious. I am curious if that's something that I would be able to do. This stuff is just, it's so magnificent. This one recipe in particular. Oh, this is like a very... this one's a little wacky, I will say. This one's a little wacky. We're always cute. It's true. What's up, Doobie? Doobie is the cutest, I will say. All right, let's try this one out. So this is called strawberry and kiwi milkshake. I give you an A+. An A+ for effort. I give you an A+ for effort. You really did make use of these ingredients. I will say that. You really did make use of these ingredients. You probably made, in this combination of ingredients, this is probably the best you're ever gonna do. With this specific combination. So, the thing that I don't like about this recipe, I just don't like the flavor of it. I don't like the combo of strawberry, kiwi, and milkshake. You did a good job of emulating that. It's not, I wouldn't say it's very milkshakey. I do think you probably want to go more, you want to get a little thicker in there. You know, a milkshake is basically ice cream, right? It's basically ice cream. Like the milkshake base that I've used before with like the cap milkshake and the malted milkshake by SSA. Doing something with that really sells a milkshake. So much more than you know, right? It's really like the nuance of milkshake which sells it. Otherwise, it just kind of tastes like either milk or it tastes like ice cream. And that's kind of where we're at here. It just kind of tastes. This kind of tastes more like a whipped cream, like a homemade sort of like a homemade whipped cream. Like if you took strawberries, kiwis, maybe a little bit of strawberry syrup, you threw it into a bunch of like light whipped cream, mixed it all up, and then you kind of sprinkled a little bit of coconut on top. That's kind of what I taste. But really, which I think you did a great job of doing, and you really did utilize these ingredients really well. Because I'm trying to think of notes, but the first thought that I have is like, I just don't think strawberry, kiwi, and milk go together. It's almost like a chocolate watermelon thing. Because kiwi kind of has like, kiwi wants to be paired with like, it wants to be sweet and it wants to kind of be natural, and it just doesn't really vibe that well with milk, in my personal opinion. I'm trying to think. It would be like mixing passion fruit and cream, right? Where something like strawberry or peaches or blueberry, those flavors like they pair really well with milk and they kind of play off of each other. Kiwi, it's like I feel like there's just like too much water in there, so you kind of end up watering the milk down. There's also like that slight bit of like earthiness that comes with kiwi that kind of clashes with milk. So honestly, this recipe probably is like, I would like this recipe a lot more if you just kind of took the kiwi out and you just did a strawberry milk with like a little bit of coconut. I do get strawberry kiwi milkshake. I think you did a great job there, and the layering is really well. The other thing, you have ice in here. Do you want me to add ice? I can add ice if you want, but yeah, the other thing, I think the 3% whipped cream is a little bit high for that. Maybe just going 1% whipped cream, but also adding another cream, like ice cream note in there. Maybe not vanilla bean ice cream, but like I said, like cap milkshake or something. So if you really want to do a milkshake and not an ice cream or not a cheesecake or not a yogurt, you want to do milkshake, check out my milkshake base that I put up. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's on the website. Oh, this base here. configuration. Just check this video out. This gets you like, this will get you like a lot closer of the way there. Get you a lot closer of the way there. And that, like, the nuance of that milkshake really kind of helps sell that. I'm so curious if I've ever had any stuff you worked on made for a commercial company and didn't know it. Like, are you able to elaborate at all with who you work with without giving names, of course? No, I really shouldn't, just because it's professional that I don't. But I guarantee you, I can almost guarantee, if you've had any sort of popular, if you vaped from like 2015 till now, and if you vaped like a lot of different popular e-liquids, I've guaranteed you've probably had a recipe or two of mine. I will say there's a couple brands that you guys wouldn't expect me. There's probably a few brands that you wouldn't expect to be my recipes that are my recipes. Like, these are brands that are like, you just wouldn't expect it, right? Because they're not really brands. It's more of like a profile that like they sell like one e-liquid or something like that. You know what I mean? That's like a clue that I guess I can give. There's certain flavor or recipes that I've done that have come from that I'm sure some of you have tried. Yeah, it's just like a little bit of everything. Anything you vaped and you hated, you said this is absolutely disgusting, I'll never touch that again. It's probably my recipe. Psych, opposite. Anything you said this is the greatest recipe ever, that's mine. Alright, let's go back to this. Let's finish this one out. Where are you? Yeah, so my biggest critique, honestly, is that I'm just not the biggest fan of kiwi with... Oh shit, there's a plastic wrap on my screen. Ooh, now it looks real pretty. Yeah, my biggest critique is that I'm just not the biggest fan of the profile altogether. Like I said, it's kind of like mixing passion fruit and milkshake, which you can do, and I'm sure some people like that. But for myself personally, I feel like they just want to tend to go more natural. They just pair better out of milk. What I do think you did well was utilize these ingredients, which makes you a fantastic mixer. That's what it comes down to. A good mixer can take any amount of ingredients and can just make something. You can just make something. And you can make it, and there's just no way those ingredients could work in any other configuration than what you did, right? Like this is exact. If you were to give me these same ingredients and say, make a recipe using exactly these ingredients, and you have to use all of them, I'd probably make the exact same thing. Personally, take the kiwi out. This recipe is already a little bit better. I don't think you need the WS23 for milkshake. It doesn't... I just don't think you need it. 1% is a little high for myself, but I think that makes it a little too icy. Just pull the whipped cream down a little bit. Maybe add in another sort of cream layer. And then... and that's pretty much it. I mean, I really don't have much notes for you. You did a great job on what you had and what you developed. Are the streets of Philly going crazy? They're going insane. I was going to go to the parade. I wanted to take the whole family, but Kate was like, I'm not bringing a newborn into this parade of like 1 million people. But then I was like, after I dropped my daughter off, I was like, maybe I will go for like, just to try to see, just to kind of be in the area, just to feel it out. There's just no way. Like you would go in and you would get stuck, and you can't leave until like 5 p.m. when everyone starts leaving. You can't just be like, okay, now it's time to go. That's not how that works. You're landlocked in there. Oh, there's so many people. There's so much traffic. It's so stupid. So I'll just watch it on TV. I think damn near everything since like 2017 till now, so it's awesome to hear. Yeah. I'm sure someday in the future I can explain some stuff. Maybe if I don't do this anymore or something, but as long as I'm still making recipes for companies, it's just not professional to kind of go back on my word. Even though that some of these, most of these companies don't even exist anymore. I'm sure they wouldn't care. I'm sure they wouldn't even care if I gave the recipes out. But it's just not, as long as I'm still doing this, it's like, there's no point in doing that. And I am still doing it. And there's still new recipes and new companies coming out, and the industry, and what's his name just became the health guy, RFK. We know he likes Zyn. We know he likes putting that nicotine into his body. So that's a good sign. Hopefully, what I am hoping for is that all of this wacky shit that this government is doing, they somehow make their way to the Center of Tobacco Products, the CTP, and they go, this is a disaster. What's going on with tobacco and nicotine in this country is an absolute travesty, and it needs to just be completely obliterated and start from scratch. That's what I hope. And there's not a better time than right now for that happening. So I think if you are someone that's thinking about getting into vaping or the nicotine industry or the tobacco industry in any sensible way, now is probably a good time. You don't want to do it once that all happens, because obviously that's when the floodgates open. You want to get in on the ground floor. You want to get in there. So think about it if you guys are thinking about coming back to starting up companies again. At the very least, I doubt we're going to see much enforcement. Even if all the rules stay the same, I doubt we'll see much enforcement. But I'm not a legal guy. Who knows? Maybe I say that and everyone goes to jail. I don't know. You never know. TFA strawberry ripe combo is so nice. I mean, that's the classic one too. That's the classic boom boom. Boom boom. Except nowadays I like cap sweet strawberry with TFA strawberry. PMTA should only apply to products made from actual tobacco leaves, pieces, and parts. It should only apply to like smoking tobacco. Because we know that smoking tobacco is terrible. Any product that's not smoking tobacco shouldn't have to go through that. There should be regulatory, like you should have to like, you can't sell poison to people, obviously, right? There should be regulations and like, making sure that like companies aren't accidentally adding like 100,000 milligrams of, you know what I mean? Like there has to be some sort of regulation, sensible regulation. But regulation made within the industry and at the industry's, with the industry's help. Because the industry wants regulation, right? We remember this. We remember this industry when there was no regulation, and it was insane. The shit that was coming out, it was insane. I mean, you just can't have that, right? As fun as it was, and as like vibrant as it was, it is like bad. It is bad. You just can't have that stuff. You need to be able to say you can't sell that product. It looks like a fucking Crayola crayon. Like you can't sell that. Stuff like that. That has to be. But the problem is like. It just got so politicized. Vaping got so politicized. Bloomberg did an amazing effort in making vaping a boogeyman. Really, the media's involvement. It was just like a really masterful deconstruction of an industry. I've never seen that before. But we're still here, baby. We still mixing it up. Whippity whippity whip. They can't stomp us out, dude. We're like cockroaches, all right? Well, if the nuke comes, we're gonna be the last one standing. And we'll bring it back. Trust me. Trust my words. I see Grim Green out there. He's still doing good shit. He's still putting out good content. All right? We haven't let up. I hate they made it so everyone is buying pod disposables. Yeah, like the regulations pushing everything into disposable. It's just so stupid. It's so ass backwards. But hopefully we get to the point where they're like, look, this is a joke and it needs to go. As long as cigs can come to market claiming substantial equivalence. No, that's not true because substantial equivalence is something a little bit different. That's not quite true. So like a substantially equivalent vape product, you really can't do it from what I remember. I'm a little bit hazy on that regulation loophole. But the idea was that like if I were to release a recipe in 3 milligram, I could also release it in 6 and 12 and 24 and utilized that master file that had those ingredients in there, those flavoring ingredient listings, I could reuse those and not have to fully create a new pre-market tobacco application. I could just say, this is the ingredient listing for this with a higher nicotine content or a lower nicotine content. It wasn't necessarily like, this is a vape liquid and now I can make any vape liquid. It's the same thing. That's not really how it worked. And, obviously cigarettes, it's a lot easier to do it with cigarettes, but disposables are hands down worse for the environment and my health. Yeah, I don't like them either. Yep, I don't like them either. Not a disposable guy. I don't like them. I mean, if you're a smoker, if you're a cigarette smoker and you're trying to quit and that's all you can get, then they're awesome. But I feel like once you kind of graduate from disposables, there's really no point in going back. That law is what stopped me from opening my own juice business. They did that on purpose. They want to stop people like you and me from getting rich and having control of the market. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure. It stopped a lot of people. It stopped a lot of people. There was a lot of crazy shit that happened, yeah. And we wanted to, this industry really wanted to do things the right way. That's the sad thing. This industry really wanted to do things the correct way and make sure that we were regulated and make sure that we were putting out good products. And also, this industry was very good at making sure that if the science said don't use this ingredient, we won't use it. If the science says don't use that ingredient, we won't use it. It was good at that. It was good at self-policing, and there could have been real good regulation that has come out of it. But instead, they just ignored it and thought they knew what to do, and it was just a complete disaster. And a lot of it is just because this is the big problem, and you'll realize this with politics in general, and why politics in this country and the bureaucracy of this country has gotten out of control, is because every 4 years there's a new fucking administration with all new people, and you have to try to do as much as you possibly can within that 4 years. It doesn't matter at the destruction behind you. As long as you can make it seem like you did a lot in that 4 years, then it doesn't matter, right? Like, that's all they care about is like how much can they say they got done in that 4 years so they can go on and get jobs and CEO positions at other firms and stuff. That's it. That's all it is. It's because this country is, our the way that we just swap all. It's crazy. It's so much back and forth. There's no more like this administration, we're going to keep the FDA guy, we're going to keep the FBI guy. It's not like that. It's like everyone's got to go. All new administration brought in, and then once they're gone. And the way that this country is voting, it's like, it's so hot and cold now. Like, I guarantee you there's almost a 0% chance that Republican will win next election. There's almost a 0% chance. This country just goes so opposite every time. The pendulum swings so far. It's crazy. But you know what? We're still here, baby. You can't take us down, bro. They tried. They absolutely tried. They tried to take us down. They tried to take our companies. They tried to take our payment processors. They tried to take it all. But they can't. You know why? Because we prevail. We prevail. Seriously. You just can't. The spirit of the American is too strong. The spirit of the American is too strong, guys. You hear what I'm saying? Do you guys hear the words that I'm saying? All right, that's it. That's what we did 3 recipes today. Thank you guys for sending your recipes, and we're gonna do more next week. We'll probably do some. We'll probably do like 1 or 2. I don't want to make it a habit of doing only recipes. Obviously, I just felt like, yeah, let's get back to recipe reviews. I think people like them. People find them fun to watch. It's a good day to do it. And yeah, bada bing, bada boom. You guys have any questions, comments, anything you want to chat about while I do this cleanup? SSA Blue Raspberry. At least you're still on Flavor Jungle, Wayne. I hope you get paid for those. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I sure do. Shout out Flavor Jungle. Head over there if you want to pick up some one-shots. I sure do, my friends. They've been excellent. Flavor Jungle. And it is a jungle of flavors over there at Flavor Jungle. It certainly is, which is why we love it. Shout out Flavor Jungle, guys. They're killing it. They are killing it. California pounded the final nail this year with banning online flavor sales. Yeah, Cali's it's rough out there, bro. Wait, they banned online flavors? Or online, like, you can't buy e-liquid? There's no way they banned they're like Australia? There's no way. Oh yeah, I see right here. It's just vapes. Cali banned the online sale of flavored tobacco products, includes e-cigs, e-liquids, and other nicotine products. Yeah. Tobacco flavored products are not considered flavored products. It's so dumb. It's so stupid. Yeah, can you buy unflavored? You know what I mean? Can you buy unflavored? Just buy unflavored. And buy your own flavors. Yeah, any companies that are out there, they're gonna have to move. Or close. That sucks. Same as NJ bands. Yeah, it's tough when you live in like a nanny state. It is tough. It's tough. But look, man, we got a new admin in. And they like flavored zins, so maybe we can help them tell. You know, I guess you can't usurp state law, so that doesn't really matter. But at least we still have DIY. At least we still have DIY, my friends. Yeah, because they think that if you take all the flavoring out of a vape, it tastes like tobacco because they're so fucking retarded. That's what they honestly think. We've caught them multiple times saying stupid shit like that. It's okay. We will prevail, my friends. I love you all. Happy Valentine's Day. Shout out to all the Valentines out there. I'll catch you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a great weekend, everyone.